Hey guys, it's Abigail. I'm here for my second tangential coffee chat. So I felt it would be hypocritical to come to a coffee chat without a drink. So I'm not bringing anything substantial because I had a milkshake and I'm no longer hungry. So I brought a Dixie cup of water. Go get a drink. We're talking. I'm sorry, I'm not having a script in front of me, except a couple talking points, so this isn't a complete mess. Because today, I have a topic. I'm going to be talking about recovery. Just recovery in general, not from like a specific thing. I'm focusing more on the personal responsibility part of recovery because the whole positivity and self-love movement that is wonderful and awesome that has taken place on Tumblr and other social media sites and whatever, that movement is great, but what they fail to address is that you are a part of that. And it's not flowers and watercolor paints all the time. Like, it's hard. It's not something that's going to come running to you. If you sit there and don't try at all, don't make an effort, recovery and progress are not going to come running to you. You have to be mobile. You have to get there. And no one said it was easy. No one said it's a walk in the park. If they say it's a walk in the park, they don't know what they're talking about. It's a freaking war zone. But the war zone you are in right now, in a non-recovering state, is harder. You're already in a war zone. Take that step, you know? Recovery is a war zone. But when you take that step, you're one step closer to getting out. So, I'm going to tell a little story about my life, which is weird because I'm on camera and the lighting is really bad and I'm in my bedroom. Alright. So, about a year and a half ago or more, I don't exactly remember. My life was complete bullshit, basically, and I went to a therapist for the first time. It was the first of 3 therapists I went to over the course of 18 months. And I didn't want to admit there was a problem. I thought that admitting the problem would make it real. So I sat there. I saw the therapist and I went in and I literally sat on that little couch area and stared at the wall the whole time. And shallow chit-chat went on occasionally because it was basically forced out of me. But nothing happened. I didn't put a single thing into it. So I lied to my parents that I was getting better. And I stopped going. Because it wasn't helping at all. And everything got worse. And yeah, it's a whole nother story from there. But the point is that I didn't put anything into it. And that's something that I have encountered a lot. When people, when you go to therapy, people expect that you go in there and you sit in a chair and you, achieve recovery by osmosis. It's like, everything's better, you know? That's not the way it works. It's not a miracle button, you know? You can't press the magic button and make everything better for yourself. You have to talk. You have to dig deep and go to those places that suck and acknowledge that the problem is real. Because I know. Admitting, I am depressed as fuck is difficult. And it's not something you want to do. It's embarrassing. But nothing is going to happen if you don't first acknowledge the problem. You can't work on a problem that you don't even think exists. Accept it, and then you have to do something. Okay? So, when you go to therapy, you have to talk. You have to put something into it. You get out what you put in. When you learn coping skills, it's your choice whether or not to use them. If you just sit there no, I'm not going to use my coping skill because it's hard right now, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm not saying it's easy to use that coping skill. I'm not saying it's a walk in the park, like I said earlier. It's not. It's a war zone. But you have to make the decision to use that skill. And that's something that I think this new self-love movement is completely missing. You have responsibility in this. It sucks, it's hard, and it's not even necessarily that it's not even necessarily your fault that you're in the current war zone you're in. Okay? And recovery is not about just, boom, I see the light now, everything's better. It's a journey that you have to decide to start. You have to decide to embark on that. And if you don't make that decision, it's not going to happen. Recovery is not a mobile thing that will come to you. You are a mobile person who can come to it, using the help of coping skills and your therapist and therapy groups and your friends and all that. But all those resources and people cannot drag you through the mud and get you there. You have to make that decision. And that's basically the point of what I'm trying to tell you today. It's your choice to start. It's not your choice that you are in this place necessarily. And it's not your choice that it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. But it is your choice to say, all right, I'm going to start this. No matter how hard it is, I'm going to start. And you're going to mess up. You're probably going to relapse in some way. Okay, it's going to happen. Failure happens. But it's part of the journey. You know, I don't like to think of it as the leap of faith, because it's you're not going to fall in a pit by... I prefer to think of it as a staircase, and not just a staircase that goes up. The end journey, destination is up. But the staircase itself kind of goes up and then levels and then goes down and then goes up and whatever. The hardest step is the first one. To say, I'm going to get on this goddamn staircase and walk with my goddamn legs to get to that goddamn place of recovery. You know? It's tough because it's scary, because pain becomes comfortable. It becomes, this is what I know. This is not something I want to leave because it's something I've gotten used to. It's a war zone. I'm used to being shot with arrows everywhere. Recovery is a war zone, like I said earlier. It's a war zone in and of itself. But it's a war zone that leads to a better place. And recovery is moving through that war zone. Before recovery is you stuck in that war zone. Recovery is moving through it. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to use your skills, you're not going to get anywhere. You know? It's hard. It really is. It's hard. But honestly, there's no other way to say that you have to try. It's not going to be something you achieve in a day. You can't wake up I woke up on the good side of the bed today and everything is fine and my life is happy and unicorns and rainbows and cookies forever. It's not the way it works. But when you take that first step, you get on the staircase, and that is a beautiful thing. Even if you're going at a very slow rate, don't worry about how slow or fast you're going. If you're making progress, that is something, you know? You are going, you are moving. And that is a beautiful thing. And the skills and the knowledge and everything you pick up on the way on that staircase will serve you well once you get to that destination. And what's even more beautiful is that the destination is a starting point for another journey. I don't really believe there's some ethereal, like, heaven on earth that you can achieve, and then it's like, no more personal growth necessary. You know, I'm 100% the person I will always, you know, need to be and want to be. The beautiful thing is that there's always room for improvement. And that means there's always room to learn and to fail and to grow. Because from all of that, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like, you know, when a snowball rolls downhill and it picks up and gets bigger and bigger. Think about defying the laws of science and going uphill, and you're growing bigger and bigger and just more full of knowledge and wonderful things. And that's the beautiful part about the staircase. And it's just about taking that first step and saying to yourself along the way, I'm going to keep doing this. I fell down, I skinned my knee, but I'm going to be okay. Believe in yourself, because I believe in you. And if you have sat upset and rock bottom in the place where you are now, you sure as hell can get through it. You are in the war zone, that rock bottom hell place you are now. I believe you can get through the war zone that is recovery. That's all I have to say for now. I love you. Believe in yourself.